Hello and welcome back to the Four YouTubers of the Apocalypse. This is episode 6, and today we are talking about goings-on in the Middle East that just happened in the last few days or so. I'm Anna Smith of Anna's Thoughts and Musical Parodies, and Marquez, introduce yourself.
Yes. How's it going, everyone? This is Marquez Robinson, also Marquez Robinson on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram and on Parler at Savage Conservative 94. And also you can find me on Twitter at conservative_94 as well too. So to dive right into today's topic, Anna, do you want to start? Do you want to start off with your thoughts on what happened in Lebanon?
Well, the first that I heard about it, I was at work. I work in a service deli. And my coworkers who were like just graduated high school were just like chatting about it, like, oh, did you hear about what happened? And I was like, what are you guys talking about? Because like I think it had just happened like that day or the day before. And I was wondering if there was another thing in Portland or something, and they said it happened in Lebanon. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, they were debating about whether or not it was actually fireworks or like what was going on, like war was about to start. So it was interesting to just kind of overhear them. And then I've seen stuff about it here and there on YouTube. I just was watching something before we started recording that was, I think it was like protesters somewhere, I think in Lebanon. I don't even remember what the title was, but like the thing that struck me is that it really didn't look much different from the videos that I've seen in Portland. So it's like, damn, you know. So what about your side of it?
All right. So from what I saw, of course, the bombing took place, and there was some other videos and photo I actually saw, and once I will dive right into it. So after I seen the video of the bombing, of course, which was very devastating, a lot of people died, a lot of casualties, of course. But there was another video that was shown to me by a coworker, and I was actually working where I work with. I work in a cleanup and restoration, and he showed me this video on his phone that before the explosion, while the smoke was already in the air, prior to the massive explosion that took place, there was a bomb actually falling from the sky, and it was traveling at at high speeds, and someone actually paused it and actually circled it, and then resumed the video, which caused that massive explosion. Because if you think about it, I mean, of course, fireworks they can do some damage though, but not like that. I mean, that looked like it was like that was a bomb. That was like a bomb falling, from like the sky or whatever. And just so happens it was a little black speck that you saw on the screen. And I will share it on my Instagram once I find the video. It will be uploaded later on this evening for you guys to see for yourselves. But also, it was also brought up that it's the first a tactic for a new world order. And I know you guys are thinking like, okay, how is this even done? Now, just follow me with this one because it kind of reminds me of the events of Night of the Long Knives and how these two are actually in correlation with each other. So you all know the New World Order is actually currently trying to come into full effect, and they're doing everything they can in their power to make that happen by any means necessary. And they're taking out all their competitors. And so it could be, only one system depending on the New World Order. And they're taking out as much competitors as possible, no matter how much blood they have on their hands. So,
sorry, no matter how much what?
How much blood they have on their hands.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sorry, my connection's kind of bad. Yeah. But and how it kind of correlates to the Night of the Long Knives, where before Hitler ruled Germany, he actually ordered his henchmen or whatever to go kill his competitors so he could be the only one in power. Similar how the New World Order is kind of wiping out all competitors in major cities. Here's the thing: Lebanon was the only city that got these so-called explosions. Well, in my eyes, bombings actually. So they're taking out major cities that produce certain type of key resources. So once their resources shut down, everybody will be going to that one particular one that's left standing.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, so they can get depending on them, and they can push their agenda even further.
Gosh, that's messed up. But the world is messed up.
It really is.
Jeez.
It really is. All
Yeah,
for a
like
power grab.
I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. Um,
Yeah, they're all for a power grab. It's a shame.
yeah. I mean, the only thing we can really rely on for peace and hope is God. And like I just see that more and more every day lately. When I think about the horrific things I see all over the world that I feel helpless to do anything about, it just like makes me just want to like scream and cry. Yeah, I hold it together and do what I can. But yeah, your comparison to what Hitler did makes sense. That's an interesting thought. And yeah, I definitely believe that the New World Order has been they've been trying to put it into effect for a while now. I first started thinking about it probably back in like 2015, I think it was, when I just happened to notice, like, you know how Google has like their little pictures for each day for their search engine. Like I haven't used them in a while, but they would have like these like we are the world type pictures, like all these, you know, everybody, all the diverse people linking arms, and I was like, like that kind of looks like they're trying to prepare us for like one world united thing, you know, subtly.
Yeah,
And
I see that too.
yeah, just all kinds of, so I just started noticing all kinds of like social engineering all over the place since then, you know, since I was thinking about it. And then I go look in the Bible and these, you know, see everything lining up, wars and rumors of wars in the last days, and lawlessness, like natural disasters, you know, that's all been happening all over the place for the last while. That's my thoughts.
Here's the thing. We see how people are just like, implementing, like, like I said, New World Order, and they want to defund the police. Of course, you see that's going on. So like the UN can come, and actually the UN was actually in Seattle, Washington. Not many people like heard about that. Actually, we're actually in Seattle, Washington, and like it got me thinking, like, what are these people doing here? They have no business doing, like, they have no business being here whatsoever. And it honestly, I just get astounded, like, the stupidity, and besides this new world order stupidity, it's been going on for many years, and there's actually a video, and I think probably like they probably suppressed it, but there's actually a video of George H.W. Bush, the father. He said they, they will bring a new world order into the system. They've been at this like since, I think maybe like the 60s or maybe like the 70s. It was like many years ago they tried to implement this stuff. And I'm pretty sure you might have saw this, and same for the other, people that follow me as well. So there's actually a video of a guy who actually escaped socialist Russia, like Soviet Russia at the time. And he was telling how they were like implementing stuff. This is back in like '84, like 10 years before I was born. I shared the video. I was like, wow. Like they start with demoralization. And right now, what he's at the end of the video, he said we're at stage 4 of this, this catastrophe, unfortunately. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's getting worse and worse by the day.
Yeah, I've definitely seen various videos over the years of people who came from socialist countries and they're like, we cannot let this happen here, like in America. Like that's why we came here, is to get away from it, and because we like capitalism and all that kind of stuff. And but yeah, I guess it's the Marxists who do things. Start, you know, they use Antifa and BLM and whatever they can do to just try to divide us and pit us all against each other. And like, to be completely honest, like because of all those riots and everything that have been going on recently, like I get a little bit nervous when I see people who are not white, not because I don't like them, but because I'm afraid they're gonna be thinking that maybe I don't like them, you know, because we're being pitted against each other. It just, does that make sense? Like I'm just like nervous of what people are going to think of
I
me,
get what you're
you
saying.
know. And so I had to
No,
go out
I
of my way to
totally,
be
I
like
totally get what
extra
you're saying.
nice to everybody. And it's like sad, like I shouldn't
No,
have
I
to
totally
feel
get
that
what
way.
you're saying.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's it kind of puts society on thin ice, as I would say. And society on thin ice, you never know what's going to like set a person off, or like
Yeah.
or like walking on eggshells. And I think
Yeah.
human beings, they shouldn't have to do that. Of
Yeah.
course, there's always going to be crazy people out there regardless, but when you're building up an happen, the media and all these people that have that whole vision of power, when they're like creating an atmosphere of toxic energy, you're really not gonna have much solutions. It's really gonna cause lot of people. And I, honestly, I make friends, and, I date, the ladies, who, I want to date, regardless of skin color and, uh, you know,
Yeah.
background, whatever. But, it's,
Yeah, all people are equal in worth regardless of anything. I mean, some people do worse things than other people, but yeah, like at our core, we all are equal. But I think we're coming to the end of our time here, since for all four of us, we're trying to keep it at 30 minutes. But yeah, this was cool. We will have each of our individual social media links in the description here. Please click the thumbs up if you enjoyed what you've seen today. Share with other people who would also enjoy, and let's keep this going. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely. Y'all take care.
See you around.
Hold up. I wasn't trying to leave, was y'all? It's not over yet.
Hey guys, Stephanie here, and I got the inspiration with me. And today we are talking about all these explosions going on around the world. Basically, hashtag the world is on fire. I mean, if you think about it, it kind of is, right? You have the California fires, and then out of nowhere, we saw Beirut get what they called an accident. Come to find out, Israeli TV, Hezbollah apparently wanted Beirut's ammonium nitrate for Israel war. So don't you find it funny how we have all these terrorist groups and all this craziness going on? And fortunately, that material didn't reach Israel, because this material that exploded in Beirut was going to be used by Hezbollah to bomb Israel. What do you think?
Well, let's throw allegedly in there, even though we know better, but just put allegedly in there. But there are so many terrorist groups. Like, I didn't realize, like, I'm scrolling down. I'm on the state.gov, which is the FTO, the Foreign Terrorist Organizations. So it's the Bureau of Counterterrorism that shows you the listing of all the foreign terrorist organizations.
Mhm.
It's at least, it's probably like 40 here, maybe more. Some of them are going to know right offhand. But the relation is, a lot of these groups, like the first one I see here was back, it's called the ASG, the Abu Saif Group, created back in 1997.
Yeah.
Who was in office then? Clinton, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's skip ahead a little bit to 2000, the Islamic movement of Uzbekistan, which some of my former army guys, they know about Uzbekistan.
Mm-hmm.
So 2000, I was actually in the military. And who was in office then? George Bush.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's go. Of course, there's other groups within there, but I'm just showing you a difference with what's going on.
Yeah.
So Obama came in office 2008, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go before 08 because Bush was still in office.
Yeah.
Boom. March 5th, 2008. You got Islami Bangladesh, or the Harakat, Jihad. Another terrorist organization in 08. So the president comes into power in January of 08, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that means Obama's in office right there. This is his first term. Another group, Al-Shabaab, March 08. 09, he's still in office. The RS, Revolutionary Struggle. All right, let's skip ahead a little bit, because there's a whole bunch of them still popping up. Actually,
Wow.
2 or 3 of them are popping up per year almost. All the way
Under Obama?
it's under Obama.
Well, you know
Yeah,
that he
dude.
sent like pallets of cash to the Iranian government to
Dump
build.
it off right here. So here's the ISIL. You ever heard of ISIL?
Not ISIL. ISIS, yeah, but not ISIL.
I think that actually is ISIS. ISIL. All right. January 14th, 2016. But basically, that was inherited from Obama because Trump wasn't even really
in office yet.
Yeah.
Let's be real, he hasn't even been in office. They've never let him really do his job yet.
Now there's a bunch of other ones afterward, but most of these they've been around because ISIS. The other ones I'm seeing here is ISIS, Bangladesh, ISIS, Philippines, ISIS, West Africa, 2018. But those are derivatives from the original ISIS. So it's not like they were created during the presidency of Trump.
And you know what I think a lot of this has to do with? Soleimani, Trump taking out Soleimani. And you don't remember Trump took out Soleimani?
Right.
I think this is all in retaliation. Remember, they said they were going to get us back. I mean, think about it. They've been stockpiling their army and building it, and nobody condemns it. I mean, my God, you go and watch the congressional hearings, and they won't even condemn Antifa. Like, they won't condemn anything. They literally
I just saw something on Antifa about 2 minutes ago, where now they're starting to filter off into the suburbs. They attacked the elderly lady and threw paint on her.
What?
And he's like about to headbutt her with a helmet on. Like, come on, man.
Man, dude,
his grandmother.
Why would you want to do that? That's a human being. Like, these people, I don't know, they're messed up in the head. And what's even more sad, though, is all this stuff going on. Like, there's another attack on the World Trade Center in
Brussels.
In
Brussels, you were saying?
Brussels.
Oh, UK.
Yeah, Brussels.
Right.
The World Trade Center in Brussels, Belgium, is on fire, and it was attacked by a missile. And they're also connecting that to materials that they found in the fire, connected to the same materials in Beirut. And they're also connecting it to, I mean, they're everywhere. I mean, these fires can't just be a coincidence. I'm sorry. And not only that, but the fact that when you have an amount of pressure that comes out of an explosion like that, that's not just from fireworks or I mean, that right there was a vaporized mushroom cloud. Okay. It literally went 15 miles out from where the hardest impact was. People still lost everything. Like over 300,000 people lost everything. They got disrupted from their homes.
But with all the defense technology we have, how is it they're able to do that?
I mean, it's easy, honestly, because what they do is they use plasma and particles, right, that are hypercharged throughout a laser. And you know how they do chemtrails and all that? Well, they're mixing chemicals in the air already. We already know they've been doing that forever. There's proof of it. All right. So when you take the plasma and this immense energy laser that's focused onto something, you get an explosion. Because like people are saying that was a lightning bolt in China. That thunder and
they made all that. They did all that damage.
Direct energy weapon, my friend. Just like in Beirut.
All right.
Fire, whatever. But there's also a black plane or helicopter, whatever it is, and it was leaving the scene after it went, and you just saw this white smoke, and then it was just like after that you saw the impact, and it was, to me, it like gave me goosebumps, because on the internet, you know, all these YouTubers are talking about it, like, look at the explosion, like, you know, second by second playback.
Like they're watching a movie, but it's happening for real.
Hold up. Yeah. So it's like they're trying to get to a conspiracy, and I'm thinking, my God, it just happened. There's kids, there's innocent people, there's babies, there's elderly. Like, people are injured, people are dying. Like, can you at least have a second to say something nice like, hey, we should really pray for these innocent victims of these psychotic terrorists? But imagine, this is why America has no empathy toward what our terroristic government in our situation is doing to us. You know what I mean? They're numb to it. So you watch a country get blown up and you're too busy on YouTube trying to figure out what it was, but without for once thinking about all the people that are suffering, hurting, dying. See what I'm saying? We've been so numbed to this stuff that people aren't shocked anymore. but it should be shocking when you find out it's backed by terrorists. You know what I mean? But nobody's shocked. The shock factor gone.
We're worrying about things that of no real importance. That, I mean, yeah, the virus is important. Everybody knows that, but
Yeah.
can't be so focused on that you're not paying attention to what's going on all around you. Because when you had told me that all those explosions were in one day, I heard about them, but I didn't know they were all on the same single day.
No, 36 hours, over 36-hour time period. But remember,
That's close enough.
Yeah, but the first one was here in Houston. Remember the Chinese consulate? After Trump came out with the TikTok stuff,
right?
They were burning everything here in Houston, Texas, at the Chinese consulate. Then you had Beirut, and it was just like. But no, and then what are they talking about in the news though? What's trending? Michelle Obama has depression because of Trump. Really?
Right.
Really? Like, no.
You have a drink.
Like, why aren't they talking about real stuff?
Like, you need to have a drink.
Shit, man.
Go sit down somewhere, because like they have to be the most disgruntled former employees I've ever heard of in life. They cannot just get over the fact that it's over. It's over.
They can't let go. It's like, it is honestly sad to this point though, because if you think about it, you have Oprah coming out and doing all these billboards for Breonna Taylor when there's literally things exploding, people are sick. We have millions of people who are facing eviction. We have like real world problems. We have food banks that are running low. You have thousands of people in food bank lines every day just to feed their families because we have these totalitarian lockdowns, right? But they consider essential, non-essential, basically making people go hungry. Oprah could focus that towards something else besides billboards for Breonna Taylor, knowing we're already in a really bad race potential situation. And instead, it's like they're fueling it. I
don't see how anybody even still listens to her, because like she picks and chooses what she wants to be disgusted by, or you know, she had it up to here, whatever way. Like, she look at her friend Weinstein. She's not saying nothing about that at all.
Or Epstein.
Nothing at all.
Silent.
No. But she destroyed R. Kelly. So if you want to go like, you know, and I'm not bigging him up or nothing like that, but it's like, it's two wrongs. So you're going to destroy your black brother, quote unquote, but here it is. You got this guy that's just as much of a slob, and you're going to do nothing to him because of what? You know, he's scared of his power or something? It's crazy.
And that's the thing. It's like, with the way things are going right now, and every real worldwide event, like what they didn't say in Beirut, that's where they have tons of grains and stuff. That's a huge import harbor. It's gone. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be a ton of people that go hungry because they supplied a lot of grain. It's gone, wiped off the mat. And when you look at aerial pictures from before and after, there's a huge like crater in the ground. It was not
a
mixture of chemicals. It was a straight up bomb. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. I think the mainstream media is just disgusting because nobody's covering this real stuff at all. Because it could happen here. Think about it.
But then everybody's gonna, like I said before, everybody's gonna try to blame Trump on that one. Like let's say, God forbid, it hits somewhere in the States, and if he doesn't react on it right there, then it's gonna be like, oh, it's his fault. Or even, but the other way around, they'll say that it happened because of him, because they hate him so much. That's why they attacked us. You know, but yet forget about the fact that it's still America.
Yeah.
You're not always gonna like who's in power. That's just, it's a given.
Yep.
You know, but you still with the fate of the country lies in the individual, in the hands of the president, whoever he may be. So we still gotta rely on him to protect us.
Yeah.
Whoever they may be.
And think about it. Okay, like right now, you know how you've had like Kumo all of a sudden wants to reopen all the schools? All these fanatics that have been anti-school, they're like, yes, let's do it. Let's do it. Watch, they're going to use this for a third wave, and they're going to blame it all on Trump for wanting to open the schools. Nancy Pelosi is going to say, well, he didn't give us the PPE money, knowing darn well they're the ones that held it up. Watch, it's coming. It's coming. This is a trap. Everything is a game to them. So the fact that they're so willing, okay, kids can go to school, yay. Nope. They're planning something for it to backfire and make it look like Trump killed millions of kids. It's coming.
I don't believe none of those numbers at all for anywhere. Like out where you're at, like right now. Remember when months ago, you were living high on a hog, basically. Like Texas was, they didn't have no numbers. Texas was Texasing. But New York was looking all bad. Now they're trying to make it look like New York is doing so well and you guys are all messed up. So I don't believe that stuff. I really don't. Because what's going to happen, at some point, we're going to probably shift everything back this way to the east. And say like, we're bad.
And that's the thing. Everybody's so plugged in to social media and the TV. They don't look around for themselves.
Nah.
It's like it's a form of conditioning, subliminal programming, mind control. They are literally constantly saying, I mean, if you listen to every news station, they repeat the exact same talking points. It's like over and over and over and over and over. It's like it's like hypnosis. It's mind control. So unless you disconnect from the matrix, you're going to be one of those dummies that gets in line, is like, come on, I'll get my shot. Just can I go to a football game, please? I want to see
too.
Like, people, they're doing this to make us crazy, but watch, they're letting all the kids go to school in these Democrat-run cities that are basically falling apart so they can set it up and make it look like Trump's the reason.
I can say right now, I'm a diehard Yankee fan to the point that I would be buried in a Yankee casket if it was like that. Like, I love the Yankees, but like the way I feel now, I'm kind of done with sports. I don't have the same drive. I don't care anymore about sports. Like, I can't sit there and watch all the political and narrative that's going on with everything with sports. I can't. I just want to see him hit the ball. Just hit the ball and shut up. On basketball, shut up and dribble. Football, throw the ball, don't say nothing. Kill somebody. And it's not like I'm being, any sort of way. Anybody knows football, they're not being nice in that locker room. They're telling you go out there and kill that quarterback. I want his body on the stretcher. Mm-hmm. And that's not even enough. So that's how football goes. But like with what's going on, sports will never be the same again. I don't see it. I'm not going to get a shot to go sit in Yankee Stadium.
I wouldn't either. But imagine
what?
And imagine the players, though. I mean, yeah, they're millionaires. They're very well taken care of. But they're also part of this mind control agenda. Have you noticed they're taking players and putting them in a bubble? They're quarantining them to keep them safe from all the sick people. All right? But the thing is they can't leave. They're tracked. They're tested, everything. So they're kind of like prisoners in a nice resort. They can't see their family. I mean, they're in the bubble because the bubble's going to keep us all safe. So what's going to happen is in a few months, we're already being conditioned by sports and the media that the bubbles are safe. Stay in your bubble because they're going to start putting us in bubbles soon. Think about it.
Probably a whole bubble city, right?
Man, I'm telling you, if you don't get and you know what I was thinking? I wonder if there's going to be some like low-key doctors who you can just pay under the table to be like, hey, can you just pretend like you gave me that shot? Pretend you gave me the vaccine.
Well, any doctor I think is of proper merit will tell you that it's your discretion if you want this shot or not. They can't say you have to take this because like my doctor used to be like, you don't have to get the flu shot. Mm-hmm. If you want it, we'll provide it. And key note, doctors they're not even the one giving you that thing anyway. Doctors don't get no shots. It's the nurse doing it anyway. The doctor has to okay it for the nurse to do it. So go figure. When that nurse comes walking in the room, like, listen, I'm not having it. And she, okay. She's gonna walk out and go about her business or whatever like that. But when I was getting I had surgery one time and my surgeon, he needed my blood. One time. So while I'm in the hospital, I say, hey, Doc, I called him. I said, these people are coming to get my blood every single day. Do you still need my blood? Oh, no, we good. All right, say no more. It come 4 o'clock in the morning talking about where they get your blood. I said, no, you're not. Who blood you going to get? You going to get something, but it ain't going to be no blood. It's going to be your blood. So they stopped coming and stopped offering me, whatever like that. Because they used to come 4 o'clock in the morning, you know, when you're all like kind of sleepy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They come grab your hand and go for the vein or whatever because they're not trying to make it nice. They almost like Dracula when I'm coming to get blood. Like, you know, whatever vein I catch and get your blood. I'm like, nah, no more blood. I said, I refuse. You can put refuse for my duration here in this hospital. And they're like, okay, you got to sign this. All right. Sign and you're out of it. So they left me alone after that. But once they get you in the hospital, you're like a guinea pig.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, Congress has passed so many bills to where constitutionally now they've passed laws that this COVID vaccine and other vaccine, they can forcefully restrain you, remove you from your home, take you to a hospital, and forcefully give it to you now. People were asleep. It's like, it's getting real.
Well, a lot of people not even going to really fight them, though.
That's a
They're
sad
going to
thing.
say, you know, for the better good of humanity or whatever, some whatever crap like that, just to go ahead and get their thing to, I don't know, feel safe, so to speak.
Pulling on the heartstrings.
Because you really don't know. We're not scientists. We're not medics. You don't know what they put in your body.
Exactly.
Like I gave Marquez the example one time when we were talking about the Army or the military in general. When you go through processing, you got doctors over here, doctors over there, and you're just walking down the assembly line like a pizza, like a slab of meat, and you got somebody poking you with something on either side. You don't know what they're giving you. The only thing that saved me was I'm allergic to penicillin. And they asked that. They said, is anyone here allergic to penicillin? My hand was like,
Don't kill me. Don't kill me.
yeah. And then guess what? The people that got the penicillin, they were dropping to the ground. Because you get that in your butt.
Oh.
Get shot. In the side of your butt cheek or something like that. I seen guys 6'6" getting that. And they was dropping to the ground.
Painful.
6 guys. 4 on to the ground like nothing. And I asked him, I say, hey, listen, I don't want to bother you about it, but what does it feel like? Why does it take you out like that? And he said the thing is cold, and then it's right in the muscle. So
it hurts too for a couple of days.
You know,
and it hurts.
And one of my friends that was in the Marines, he said that he believes that he wouldn't be surprised that they injected most of us with the cure for AIDS. He said, because he can't tell me any one person that he knows that has HIV.
I don't know.
Think about military guys. Get around.
And you know what?
Not everybody, but some of them.
Talking on that though, you know what I've realized when I'm watching TV, all the ads for HIV meds. And I'm like, damn, like, is it that serious? Like, I've never known like HIV to be, I don't watch mainstream media, but for doing videos and stuff, I watch it to see what's going on. But I see tons of commercials for HIV meds. I'm like, so this is just a normal thing, like not penicillin, insulin. You know how they have like all these different like pills for this, like, and just like just a allergy shot or, you know, something like that is just simple. Well, the way they're marketing it is it's just no big deal. It's just like an allergy shot or allergy medicine or lowering your blood cholesterol. So I'm thinking, dang, so how many people really have it if it's that common to play throughout the news source and the way they make it feel like it's a fun thing to have? Like, how many people have it?
I don't think they even know how many people actually have it. They have no clue of like the amount of people that possibly might be infected with it or whatever like that. But when he's speaking on that has symptoms. You know something ain't feeling right. You get,
Yeah.
Why is it that a flu would have no symptoms at all?
Yeah.
You don't know nothing's wrong at all. You have that. There's some sort of sign. Something tells you that something ain't right.
But they didn't quarantine us for this, for that, did they? No, or TB. They didn't shut down the world for none of these other things that are really, really bad. But it's whatever they say.
I asked my daughter this one day. I asked her, "What do you feel about like when somebody's sick? Should they be walking around out in the street, or should they be quarantined?" And she said, "Well, if they're sick, they should be home. They should be quarantined." So I gave an example of when I had pink eye when I was working,
Mm-hmm.
and I called and I said, "Hey, Cap, I'm not coming in. Well, no, I'm trying to come in." He said, "But I got pink eye." And he's like, "As soon as you come here, I'm sending you back home. You're not coming in this building. You're not coming in here." And I'm like, "Why not? I'm trying to work," because I was on probation. So basically, if I miss a certain amount of days of work, then I can lose my job.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Listen, don't worry about that. If it comes down to that one day that you miss, I will vouch for you. But you're not going to come in here and infect everybody in this whole place because you want to come to work."
Exactly.
Stay home. So why that can't be the case with this that's going on?
What I don't understand either is why people who are not sick, who have no symptoms or nothing, they're telling them, go get tested, when we already know the majority of them are fake, false, they're not, some of them are wrong. And we also know that a lot of them are, compromised test kits from China. But why do they keep urging people, go get tested, go get tested? They set up all these testing places. But if you're healthy, if you're a healthy person, do you go to the doctor and keep getting tested and checked for things? No. It's only when you feel bad. So I don't understand the mindset between healthy people. Oh my God, the COVID, the mayor said get tested every other day. It's because they're banking, they're bringing in revenue. These counties and these states are mainly Democrats who are ramping all this up because it's federal funding. So,
and the testing is not going to do anything. All right, it's almost like, it sounds crazy, but if I tell somebody you're going to die tomorrow, and you tell them, "Well, are you hungry right now? Do you want to take a shower?" You think they care about all that when they know they're going to die tomorrow? Like, what am I washing up for? What am I eating for? I'm going to be dead tomorrow. It doesn't matter.
mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like same thing with the testing. Okay, yeah, they say you test, and then they say you got it. So then what they tell you to do after that? Quarantine for 2 weeks. Is it going to go away if I stay home for 2 weeks? What if it doesn't go away? So now I'm staying home 2 weeks out of work, not getting paid, and possibly maybe even affecting whoever I'm in the house with or whatever like that. And then now I'm also making them suffer because I'm not bringing home any money. I'm not working because every job, that's going to stop pretty soon, I'm sure. People are going to get tired of paying people to stay home and stay safe.
But doesn't anybody ever think, okay, I'm not physically sick, I don't feel sick. The government is telling me there's a virus that I need to get tested from the government for. They're telling me I have it, but I don't feel bad at all.
Right.
I stay at home, and I have to sit there in my head and think, when am I going to get sick? Oh my God, I got to chill. Like you're literally in your head, you're manifesting the sickness because you're paranoid and you're thinking about the symptoms. Oh, I sneezed. I couldn't smell something. My toe burned. Like, oh no, my shoulder itched. Like the symptoms and just all of it. It's a 24-hour mental warfare for people who had no symptoms. Get a test. It says they have it. Go stay home for 14 days and think about it. Think about when you're going to get sick and how sick you're going to get. You're going to get sick. And then you're psyching yourself out. So it's like mentally torturing people if you think about it. And then
that whole concept you just mentioned.
It was negative.
that whole concept you just mentioned. I told my daughter about that. I said that imagine if somebody, like, say you grown up from a baby, and I'm shaking you, holding you in my hand. I keep telling you, you're the ugliest girl in town. You're ugly. You're ugly. Oh, you're so ugly. Damn, you're ugly. And I tell you this all the way through your whole life that you're ugly. Yeah. You could be beautiful, but I keep telling you you're ugly. You're going to believe it. Yep. It's like the same thing with the news. You keep watching CNN. My brother, he probably don't watch his show anyway, but whatever, in case he does. He told me he gets all his news from CNN. And I left it at that. I left it, my uncle as well. He said the same thing. He watched CNN. I left it at that. And MSNBC, whatever, same thing. Now, keep in mind, I watch all the channels, but not to get only their perspective, to gather everything up and form my own perspective after I get all the information. Because my uncle tried to say, "Oh, you only watch a conservative network." I was like, "What conservative network? We don't have a conservative network." You can't even say Fox is conservative. Fox is trying to appease the mass now. They're going all the way. Well, they're in the middle, but they're dancing more to the left right now.
Yeah, they are.
So you still got to formulate your own opinion to make the fact. After getting everything, gathering all evidence, you can't go out what this one says or that one says. If you only getting one view, one point from one source, that's what you're gonna believe.
Yeah.
You know, like growing up, like you were a Democrat before, at some point, or a liberal. I know I was, but after I started formulating my own things, started researching, I was like, yo, I was stupid. What am I doing?
Yeah, in my early 20s, I was a liberal. I hated guns. You know, I believed in all these other things, but once I got older, started to mature, had more responsibilities, had adult-like things to deal with, you realize, oh, wait, okay, the older people were right. I mean, when you're young, it's all fun and for the moment, but you have to think long-term effect. And that's what a lot of people don't think. Oh, defund the police. Okay, but what happens if somebody comes to rob your house? Then the cops aren't there. Are you going to have a social worker? Like, people aren't thinking of the consequences and long-term effects of being in your feelings. And people are just stuck in this narrative from CNN and all these outlets that are so negative and so hateful. People are literally stuck in anger, hate, and like fear, and they can't stop to think of another perspective because they're so constantly in flight or fight mode. You can't you have no common sense. You can't think rationally when you're all the time. And that's all the media does. That's all they're doing. It's just no, nonstop. So nobody gets a break from it. So if you don't have time to sit back, step back, or just have like 30 minutes quiet time to reflect on things and like, wait a minute, did this make sense? Nobody has that kind of time because it's around you all the time. And the people like us who are trying to talk about it, they deplatform us, they shut us off, shut us down. You know, we get threatened. So how can
the best explanation of what you just said in a boxing concept is the best way to explain like what you just said. Like a lot of times people try to say what would happen with, let's say if Mike Tyson were to fight Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
I don't know how familiar you are with that, with the two boxers, but Muhammad Ali to me was a very strategic boxer. And it's like he could beat somebody who's a brute because he thinks with his brain first, as well as being extremely skilled with his hands. Whereas Mike Tyson, I think more of as a brute. Yeah. I love him too, but there's no way he would never beat Muhammad Ali. It wouldn't happen because Muhammad Ali would figure him out within the first 2 or 3 rounds, if he even lasts that long, and he would beat him. Mike Tyson only has one way, which would be to be all angry, all worked up, brutal. He said this on several occasions. When he goes in the ring, his objective is to kill his opponent. Now, he doesn't really want to kill him, but that's what's in his mind. It's like it's a fight for his life. And when you think like that, you're not thinking in a strategic fashion. Not at all. That's why our special forces and elite teams like that can go take on a whole foreign army and damn near wipe them out with just 12 men. And they can destroy half a country with just those 12 men. You know, it's an amazing thing to think about. Strategy always beat brute force. Always.
You can't react on emotion. You have to really think it out, have a plan. And when other people are doing things, you just got to sit back and watch and just not react. Just take it in and not take any other people's perspectives and opinions. Because I've had people say the nastiest things to me. And I'm still like, I've even questioned Trump's, whether he's legit or not. But that's the smart thing to do. if anybody's pushing something, you need to wonder, what are they in it for? You know, but a lot of people don't think anymore. They're trained to agree. And right now, it's so toxic. And I just think if more people stepped out of their feelings and out of their environment and just took some little time to be uncomfortable with some of these truths, they would actually be a hell of a lot more happier, because they would realize they're letting all this stuff control their emotions, their life, holding them back because they're living in this state of perpetual anger, fear, and you never get to actually just sit there and enjoy anything around you because you're too caught up in all these other things and you're not taking a minute to think for yourself. Because a lot of things people react to, when you look back, are like, God, that was stupid. I think we all have done that, like reacted to something like that, and then you sit back or you think about it, have some time to reflect, or somebody else tells you something and you're like, oh man, oh yeah, okay, I see your point. But nobody's doing that right now. There's no real adult common sense rationality. It's just attack at all means. That's it. It's insane.
And the leadership right now in these states, they're like the parent. They just let the kid do whatever they want to do. Like, oh, you want to? Like, I remember like one of my nephews, well, not my nephew, actually one of my cousins. He used to take the magic marker and write on the wall. He used to get cracked for that crazily. So it's like, think about that on a larger scale with us in these states and these cities, just doing whatever we want to do. The government just like, hey, go ahead, do what you want to do. You're in charge. It's your call. You know, go ahead, tear it up. Or you want to break a couple of windows. You want to smash the police cars. You know, you want to write on the wall, write on the ground. Go ahead, your city.
Yeah, it's because
this clown thing.
Oh, sorry. The inmates are running the asylum. Think about it. The inmates are running the asylum in these states. It's like the government, the local officials are feared by these activists, and they're just going to bow down to them. And then now that they bow down, actually in Seattle, they're coming down and saying that the protesters were actually kind of, you know, attempted murder for trying to burn down the building with police officers in it. But yet he was just in the crowd with the rioters trying to like do a photo op. It's like it all comes to bite him in the butt. But the thing is you have, I don't know. I honestly think that these people, it's just all political. And when it gets to a point to where they're actually getting affected by it and it's in their own backyard, they're not going to say anything. But I think when it gets to that point, it's going to be too late.
I mean, there's not much I want out of the country other than just leave me alone. That's all I want. You know, leave me alone.
If I'm not wearing a mask,
and more of the people.
Mind your business. Mind your business. All right, we're gonna wrap it up.
Well, I don't know what it is. We got two versions of this thing going on. We got me and Steph right now, and then we also have Marquez and Anna. They're doing a different thing today, but we're going to compile into one thing and put it in one video. We hope that you enjoy everything and you watch the entire thing end to end. Thank you for your time. Peace.
Stephanie So Scandalous. Have a great day. Bye.